The art of animation has a long and rich history, and over the past century, it has become a meaningful and significant element of our global culture. Animators, like live-action filmmakers, are storytellers at their core. Animators have been called actors with a pencil, and though the tools have changed in recent decades, this statement remains an essentially apt description of the role of the animator. Their job is to give what legendary Disney animators Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston called the illusion of life to still drawings, or in modern times, digital models. 3D animation has become the dominant form of the medium in the last 30 years, thanks in large part to film pioneers Pixar, who created the world's first 3D animated feature in 1995. Since then, 3D animation has become integral to the film and television industry, not only in the realm of feature animation, but also in visual effects, helping to transfer fantastical worlds and visions from authors' imaginations to the silver screen in ways which would previously have been thought to be impossible. 3D animation is also crucial in the medium of video games. A 3D animator's job involves manipulating a digital character model to create believable and engaging movement by setting keyframes, which tell the software the location and attitude of parts of the model in three-dimensional virtual space, at various points in time. The medium uses many of the same basic principles as traditional hand-drawn animation, such as weight, timing, expressiveness, but is in many ways more similar to stop motion as it involves manipulation of a sort of digital puppet. Animators work closely with modelers, riggers, and the director to fulfill their duties, but many animators are generalists with knowledge of all these techniques, in addition to manipulation of characters. The process begins with a storyboard to lay out the fundamental story beats, camera angles, key poses, and flow of movement. And this outline will itself often be animated to create an animatic, which gives a clearer idea to the character animator of how the director wants the scene to look. The character model will be rigged with a digital skeleton to allow realistic manipulation of movement, similar to the armature on a physical stop-motion puppet. When the animator begins their work, he or she will set intentional poses at various points along the timeline known as keyframes. These clear and dynamic poses are the key points in the movement which communicate emotion and action. The frames in between the key poses are interpolated by the software to fill in the spaces and create a clean, fluid motion. The creation of key poses is known as blocking, and the in-betweening known as splining. Although the software is able to add smooth transitions between keyframes, the animator still maintains a significant level of control over this part of the process, as they must refine the timing, spacing, secondary actions, anticipation, and the overall curves of movement to create a sense of weight and believability to the character. These techniques date back to the earliest days of traditional hand-drawn character animation and were perfected by studios such as Fleischer and Disney in the 1930s and 40s. As well as artistic inclination and an understanding of these principles of character and motion, 3D animators must also have a comfortable grasp on complex hardware and software systems such as Maya, 3ds Max, Blender, and Cinema 4D in order to do their job. In this way, 3D animation is one of the best examples of a blend of creativity and technical mastery, and with innovations constantly emerging on the technical side, animators will continue to gain more and more command over their ability to bring their imaginations to life.